In this video, I'm going to review an event where over 10 billion plain text passwords were released on July 4th of this year. So while we were out celebrating Independence Day, I'm assuming this must have been a joke or symbolic. A hacker or hackers published over 10 billion plain text passwords. Now, this is a culmination of really the last 10 to 20 years. So this is not 10 billion new plain text passwords. So it is up to July 4th, but all the way back at least 10 years, possibly 20 years. So a lot of this information is going to be old. Now, to review this, I'm going to go ahead and review an article that was released on July 6th by PC Mag, so we can get into a little bit of the details. So according to the PC Mag article, the 10 billion passwords exposed is the largest leak ever, and that it is a mix of old and new data breaches. They also tell you how to check if you're at risk. So if you want to check, then go ahead and read the article yourself. They also state that there's no need to panic and that the database is mostly full of junk that's little use to the hackers. Now, I'm not sure I would agree with that. So I think that while I wouldn't say to panic, I would say that my recommendation would be is to go and look at every application that you care about, where there's proprietary information, whether it's bank, crypto, iCloud, email, and reset your password. I would just go ahead and do that. And because especially if you're the type of person that reuses passwords with your bank account, was your email and your crypto, because you're just setting up the bowling pins, not only for these old passwords, but also for new data breaches that are coming in. So while this news is not like explosive in terms of the fact that this is a lot of old data where you've most likely reset your passwords, 2, 3, or 4, maybe even more times since then. But if you are the type of person that reuses passwords, then you could be exposed. But the scariest part about this to me is that what it means is that data breaches can expose passwords. And that's why you have to be extremely careful about how you secure your accounts, including things like making sure that you use different logins for different accounts, using different passwords for your different accounts, where possible, setting up 2FA, where possible, using an authenticator app for that additional layer of security, where possible, using a physical YubiKey for even more security. And then if you're into crypto, to make sure that you move at least a big portion, if not most of your crypto, to be stored offline on a hardware wallet, cold storage type. And then I think you'll have more peace of mind. But it's very, very scary. Now, to give you a recent example of how these data breaches affected a lot of people is that AT&T had a data breach earlier this year where they announced that 74 million records were hacked. That included the password, and all 74 million of those people had to reset their password. So that to me is kind of scary. Now, I don't mean to pick on AT&T because they're a great company, but this is happening to all the carriers. This is happening to banks, government agencies, travel bureaus. And if you're one of those people that repeat passwords, you may have registered for some website that you just totally forgot about. And it could also be registered at a website where it's really like a phishing type website where they just wanted to gather your password and it wasn't encrypted to begin with. And so be very careful about making sure that whenever you're going to enter your password in, that you're entering that into a legitimate source, especially if it's for like a bank account or email or cloud account or crypto. So in summary, while the PC Mag says you shouldn't panic, I'm not saying that you should, run home and race to do this, but I would recommend that you go ahead, look at all your authentication and make sure that you're up to date, and then also protect yourself. So to give you an example of one of the popular methods of how these data breaches can affect you, is that these hackers will use your passwords to log into your mobile account. So if they get your password to like your T-Mobile account or your AT&T or Verizon or Mint Mobile, then they can log in and they can see your family members on a family plan, might even be able to see information about parents or your children. They could do things like change the email ID that's in your mobile account. They could possibly change the PIN. And therefore, when they call back in to authenticate on your mobile account, they're actually not social engineering at that point. They're actually giving the right answer and getting into your mobile account so they can steal your mobile account away. So these data breaches are very, very important. Now, if you want to lock down this potential for your mobile account, then I would recommend that if you're a US resident, switch your mobile service to Afani. You get your choice of AT&T or Verizon. But what we do differently is that we lock all the carrier employees out of your account. We lock out the stores, third-party stores, independent retailers, and call centers from having access to your account. We remove your personal information, so the carrier doesn't even have your name, your social security, your credit card information. So when they get data breached or somebody hacks in, can't steal what they don't have. And in addition to that, it's to the point where if you went into the store with your passport and your driver's license and just said, "Can you tell me how much data I've used?" They can't even help you with that. And so that's all by design. We're limiting the people that can be social engineered and bribed. They may be an inside hacker, they may be working with an outsider, or they may be collecting your information and selling it on the dark web or in SIM swap forums. So please take care of that. We'd love to have you as a member of our secure mobile community. And until then, please like and subscribe. Stay safe and secure.